wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester.
What it do, my Plebsters? We're back at it again, back to back, like your boy Drake. About to give some levels here for some coins to watch out for the week. Got to push this out kind of quick. I got a nice little dinner date with a gal named Mrs. Plebz. So with that being said, let's get into this real quick. All right, guys. So we have Ethereum up. Look, fun fact. A couple months ago, Bitcoin was at 84K. Right now, Bitcoin's at 94K. And ETH's still at the same level that Bitcoin was at 84K. So if you're holding ETH, I know you're pretty pissed off. It hasn't done anything at all. This is kind of sad, but I still believe, guys, when people are fading and when people are talking crap about certain coins, that is a time to buy. Should you have been buying at that 1300? Of course, but you waited. But now we're here. It's at 18. What are you going to do? Are you going to keep waiting for 1500, 1600? What if it doesn't come? Look, guys, set some buy orders down here at 1750, 1700 flat. If you get lucky, you'll be able to catch these up. My first take profit zones, if you're trying to scalp. Again, guys, I don't recommend scalp trading. I'm not a fan of it, but I know some of you guys just like to make money. You guys are just, different breed where you guys don't get emotionally attached. You're just looking for quick money. I get it. 2000, 30, and 2100 will be your first levels. The next level from there would be 2400 to 2600. I do think Ethereum will try to get back to its 3600 sometime between now and July. Remember, this coin follows the M2 money supply. If we're getting closer to these rate cuts, I do think that we should be hopefully getting back up to this upper 4,000. I'm not sure what ETH will do this cycle, guys. I was really on board with this 10K ETH, but this all goes on how the stablecoin bills pass, the global adoption. Look, let's just be real. A lot of things have been a little bit lackluster. A lot of things have been said. We've been promised a lot of things with the crypto involvement in the industry. A lot of things have been kind of going a little bit sideways. Some people I know hate Trump. Some people love him. Me, I'm neutral. I'm just trying to make some money in this space. And I just think that at the end of the day, look, I just need this thing to go up, man. And if it doesn't go up, I need to find somewhere where I could potentially get out and swing into something better. Like I said, for right now, I'm just pretty much neutral on Ethereum. I am holding it with the hopes of at least getting back to its all-time high. Then we can reassess where we can go from there. The next coin we got is Cardano. Guys, Cardano is trying to integrate Bitcoin into their DeFi protocols. This needs to hurry up and make a decision. Pretty much like ETH, this thing has been kind of just chopping sideways. It had that nice pump up to $1.20 when we had that potential, World Liberty Fi, not World Liberty Fi, the U.S. Strategic Reserve. And then ever since then, it took this big tumble back down. It likes to hang out at the 70-cent zone. When we had that dump down, we came down to the 50-cent zone. That was a great time to start picking up. Like I said, what is in store for Cardano? $4 or $5. I don't see it. Guys, I would be surprised if we can hit maybe $2 or $1.80. I know for some people that may be kind of crazy, but like I said, until we get to these levels and we can hold, we got to kind of just go with what we're seeing. And right now, with the price action that's been going on with Cardano, we just got to stick with what is probable right now and assess those whenever it does come. As of right now, everything else in the market's kind of been bled off a little bit. It makes sense. It's the weekend. Kind of helps us reset the RSI, help everything cool down where we can kind of build consolidation for the next leg up. Our next leg up should be anywhere between 80 cents and 75 cents. So we need to pay attention for that. Again, we are expecting this rate cuts anywhere between May and June or July. So this would make sense. The big money and institutions will be trying to front run, the average investor. While the average investor is scared, they're not sure if we're going to get rate cuts. Big money is already starting to make decisions for the future. So, that's just what may be happening here. The next one is Optimism. Optimism, we called this out around 60 cent zone. We're at 78. We popped up on 85. We took a little tumble down. We talked about OP a lot. It's a layer two. It helps Ethereum run better. Look, these layer twos, man, I don't know. I don't know if OP will be able to get back to its all-time high. A lot of these tokens always have hard times getting back to where they originally were. I'm looking to maybe get back to at least 250. I think that's pretty reasonable. Would be a nice 3x. So, me, I dropped about 5Gs in there. So it'd be about a nice little 15, 20K would be nice. If we can get higher, I'll take it. But, like I said, with these whole layer twos right now and how Ethereum's been kind of acting up, I just try and set some realistic price targets for myself. And then we got the next one is Caspa. Guys, I've been an OG investor in the Caspas ever since it was at 1 cent. I pride myself on this token. I sold the top while everybody was on that hopium shit, that Caspa was going to $1. I was telling everybody this thing was already topping out. Again, I got called every name in the book. Every person that was in Caspa was saying I was delusional. They rode that thing all the way down here to 5 cents. Now we're back up at to 9. It looks like it hit that nice little 2x from the bottom, pulled back from the 10 cents. We got 10 BPS, the crescendo upgrade that's coming up. Guys, look, I'm going to be real. I don't care what anybody says. You can hate it or love it. Facts are facts. I don't live by TA. I just live by, what happens. If we reject from this 0.618 or 786 and it fails, it's done. Okay, look. Again, this goes with any crypto. They all do some type of stuff. They all solve every type of trilemma. They all do something that another crypto can't do. 90% of all these cryptos are all BS, bullshit, scams. We just got to trade them and make money off of it. You hold too long, you write it down to zero. The Caspa Maxis, no disrespect, it's like crabs in a bucket. When a new investor comes in, they sell them with this whole bullshit that it's going to keep going up, it's going to keep going up, and it's just crabs pulling each other down. It's not just Caspa, guys. It's a lot of maximalists in every space. It even happens with some of the XRP community. People get into this real big hopium mindset that their tokens and they keep going up and going up and going up. But at the end of the day, look, these tokens are just vessels to make money. You have to be emotionless and trade them, get in and get out. If you guys were getting below sub a penny and you guys didn't sell at the top, for whatever reason you had that's on you. But just remember, for it to go to $1, we're talking about, almost a 300 to 400,000% return. We just got to be a little realistic, guys. This thing has had ran up astronomically high. This thing was sub below 1 cent. And now we're here at 10 cents. It's had a great run, a number one performer in the bear market. It's not done. I like the project. The devs and the protocol itself is great. But like I said, they all do pretty much the same thing. They're all fast. We just need to see if this token's going to get up above into these areas, or is it going to just retreat back below again? Like I said, for me, I am looking for another long entry position. I've been scalping this trade on and on and on. I've been pretty much taking it from the low 8 cents back up to 10 and then short the 10 back down to the 9. So I've been having fun scalp trading this. Like I said, I usually go off of YouTube sentiment. If I start seeing influencers start shelling this thing more and more and more, I'll enter in longs and then I'll start shorting resistances. So your next resistant lines, like I said, are going to be at 13 cents and 15 cents. Like I said, we just got to keep an eye on it. If they start blasting through, then this thing could possibly go back to its all-time high. And that's where all the resistance is at, guys, at that 21 cents and 19. If it can bust that, then we can talk about a 35 cents and maybe a 50 cents. In my opinion, those are unlikely, but everybody's entitled to hope and dream here in this space, guys. This is crypto. And last but not least, big XRP. We broke that news this morning, guys, that they got an ETF approval listing. I don't think it's active just as yet. These things still take time. I know a lot of people are getting euphoric. It's at 225. I can already hear some of the XRP community whining, oh, just this. Guys, look, M2 money supply factors in all crypto, not just XRP, guys. Look, be patient. There was plenty of opportunities to buy down here. The average investor continues to get blinded and fooled by these dips. They want more. They want more. Greed is real. But you guys have to understand, if you guys are not locked in thinking for the long term, you're going to get punished. For you guys that were buying in these $2.50s and $2.75, you should most be definitely trying to lower your average, take advantage of anything below 220. I put a call out for 217. 215. I was able to grab some XRP. I'm going to see if I can take it back up to this 250, 275 on a swing trade. The only thing that concerns me about XRP, we have a lot of price, people being trapped up in this $2.90, $3 zone. I'm not really sold on, this $10, $15 XRP just of yet. If we get this banks integrated in and we get this super holy grail bull run, we can talk about it. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to be realistic, guys. This is a brutal space. The people that are invested in this space love people that are gullible and they buy all the BS that these crypto YouTubers say. And mind you, I do make YouTube videos, but I am not one of them. I'm here to ruffle the feathers of all these bigger channels that tell you all these unrealistic price targets. A lot of these big cabal YouTubers that are just using you guys as exit liquidity. It happens every cycle. These guys come up with these preposterous numbers. You buy it, and then you end up holding the bag. And if you were back over here, you were holding that bag for 7 years. So I'm not saying it's going to go down that low, but we just need to keep our expectations a little tempered down. Could we see a $4, 380 XRP? That is more in my realm case. For the most part, I want to see us get back to the 280, and then we can make our further assessments there. But guys, just a quick video. I needed to get something out for you guys that are looking for some buy zones. And remember, if you're looking for some more in-depth help, you can always reach out to me via Discord, through the Patreon app. We have pretty much really great affordable prices. And if you guys are in the KGU family, you guys know what it is. I help out that family as well. I post levels there daily, giving you guys setups and just trying to help the community grow, stay level headed. I made a few call outs there. I know a lot of people have been asking me about my positions on meme tokens. I'm not going to talk about them here for respect of paying members in our paid KGU family. I am starting to switch up on my positions on meme tokens. Like, again, I won't mention the names, but I do think I'm targeting ones that have not ran up yet. I know guys that are, kind of paying attention to me. Like I said, I'm just one of these kind of guys. I'm not really all into meme tokens, but I do like making quick cash. And I do see that, the closer we get to rate cuts, meme tokens will run again and they will pump very fast and hard. But just guys, make sure that if you start getting 50 to 60 to 70% returns, take profit, guys. Don't be a normie. Don't be a bag holder. Get in and get out. This space is brutal, guys. I see it time and time again. The greed sets in and you guys get punished for that. So, just make sure you guys are doing your due diligence. And then also, guys, if you're looking to trade meme tokens or looking for another exchange besides Coinbase and crypto.com, Femex is our site. It's a partnership with Plebz. Tap in, get some information in there, guys. Get in the Discord. We're helping everybody out. We've been crushing it on leverage trades. Shout out to my boy Tyler. Shout out to Brenda. Shout out to Grecia. Shout out to my boy P. Shout out to Tequila and all the other ones that are trading in there, guys. It's just great to be able to help the community make some passive income. Look, is everybody making tens of thousands of dollars? No, but hey, look, set some expectations down to where you can make $20 to $30 a day, and that could eventually be a part-time job. Consolidate that money into real utility plays and grow that money, turn that, $400 or $500 into 1,200, rinse and repeat. And that's how it's done in crypto, guys. Look, a lot of people sell you guys this hopium smoke and mirrors kind of you can make 10 grand a day. Look, some people can, but here, look, we're taking baby steps and we'll get there when we get there. But anyways, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's day. I'm signing out. I got to go. Holla at your boy.